What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo.
Canadian.
I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
To all you Blues fans, we're bleeding blue with you.
Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues.
BlueNote Fan Report. Yes, it is the BlueNote Fan Report. I am Guy Bensing, your host on the show that I say is by fans for the fans and about you, the fan. Yes, that is right. How are you doing today? Got another decent show. Sorry, my camera looks a little funky. I wore a yellow shirt, tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree, and with this setup, it doesn't work all that great. Because yellow's part of what the green, what makes green, so it kind of takes it away a little bit. And I don't have, I got to find out if there's an app that where you can take a picture and it'll tell you exactly what color it is. Right. Because if I had that, then I would be able to, put in that exact color of my green screen into my key color. And then it would, for the most part, to be perfect, and get it out. So the lighting's a little off today. I apologize about that. Got some news today out of Chicago that's rather interesting, I think. Oh, Shucky's here. Shucky's here. Violet, are you turning violet? Yeah, kind of the thing, man. Wendy, I sent you the link, buddy. He's here. Hello, how are you? Langenberner is going to be inducted into the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame. I don't remember him that much, to be honest. I know he only played like 2 years with St. Louis, maybe like 80 or 90 games, something like that. Wendy said he didn't get the link. Let me try it again. Ooh, excuse me. Maybe I sent him something else. I thought I sent it to him. There you go, Win. There you go, my friend. There you go. We'll let Wendy come on and talk about this. What the news out of Chicago is. Kind of history. Craig, how you doing, sir? How you doing? I may have to work with the background a little bit, man. Yeah, I apologize about that. I tried to work with my background a little bit more. And maybe that helps a little bit, but so I'm off a little bit. I have no, it would not be okay to call me that. I can't even tell what that is. I look scary. Sorry about that. No, it would not be okay to call me that. I don't even know what that is. Crack Attack Game 1. We don't play Crack Attack Game 1. We play in Game 2. Game 1, we play Dallas. So, Wendy, did you get the link, bud? Yeah, I seen that. I kind of don't. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that at all. I'm really not buying that at all. Okay, here it is. Hi, Wendy. How you doing, bud?
What's up?
Well, we talked about it yesterday, and I guess nobody listened to you or me because Connor Bedard is going to play in the prospect tournament this weekend.
Yes, Bedard's in the prospect tournament. I don't expect him to get a ton of minutes in it just because, let's be honest, he's going to be the best player in that tournament this weekend. And I don't know if the Hawks will want to have him playing a ton of minutes in the prospect tournament because he's going to be getting a lot. He's going to have to be practicing a lot when the actual training camp starts up. So I don't expect Bedard to play a whole lot of minutes this weekend.
I don't buy that he's the best player that ever played the game type shit.
I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying he's the best prospect in this tournament. He's the number one ranked prospect in the entire NHL.
But what's that based on? It's based on his junior. It's based on his juniors.
Yes, but it's still his metrics that he has. He's the number one ranked prospect in the NHL.
I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying it. I just like. I mean, it kind of goes like that discussion we had yesterday about the college change, the draft changing to where. Wait, okay. So see, I'm going to get frustrated already. You're saying that he's better than any other guy that's ready to play in the NHL right now. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying he's the number one ranked prospect.
There are guys in this tournament. Bolduc.
Yes, he's better than Bolduc.
Bolduc. Snugard. I don't think Snugard's playing, but Dean. There's Alexandrov. So you're saying he's better than a guy that's already played in the NHL?
I'm saying it, and I'm shocked Alexandrov is playing if he has NHL minutes.
Usually, enough to play in it.
Usually, NHL when players play in the NHL, they don't play in the prospect tournament.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on this one, Greg. Craig, more is expected from him than anyone else in the NHL. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one. Right? I really am. Good luck, I'm not buying into the Bedard hype. I'm really not. I'm really not. The guy's small and he's not speedy.
Size doesn't matter in the NHL anymore. You can be small and be an elite talent in the NHL.
Where does this come from? He's that great. He's a generational talent. Well, first of all, he was a generational talent. You can't have the three of them because they're all the same generation. Well, actually, Crosby and Ovechkin might be a generation ahead, but McDavid's the same generation.
That's a different generation of hockey. McDavid's almost in his 10th year in the NHL.
A generation is 20 years.
No, a generation in the NHL is 10 years.
I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying it, man.
Bedard's numbers from World Juniors, from junior play, he ended up putting the best numbers in the juniors in years that they haven't seen. He was putting up numbers in juniors that players like McDavid wasn't able to achieve. And Crosby to achieve.
Crosby had speed. McDavid had size. And Bedard has neither.
You'll see this weekend when Bedard's lighting up the lamp against you guys.
Oh, Wayne, I do not see that happening. I don't think he gets 60 points.
My prediction for Connor Bedard is 72 points, 32 goals, and the rest are assists. Which 72 points in a rookie campaign is a stellar rookie season.
Was McDavid did McDavid win Rookie of the Year?
No, or Timmy Panarin.
Yeah. So there you go.
McDavid also missed half of that season with injury. McDavid was on a 100-point season up until his injury.
Yeah. Let's see how long he lasts. If I'm a coach playing against him, my strategy is hit him. If it takes him off his game, the word will be out and he will be nothing. That's where I'm at. I think that size and speed are going to affect him. They're going to have a huge effect on him.
Let me just pull up this highlight package from him from this past season.
Got a question for you, Wendy. I don't know where my phone is. Do you know if there's an app out there where you can hold it up with to a color and it would tell you what the color is? I mean, the numbers of the color.
There might be.
Yeah, I need to know if there's an app like that because they tried hitting Gretzky too. How did that work out? Gretzky had speed, and Gretzky had size, and Gretzky had great vision.
Are you saying Bedard doesn't have great vision?
I don't think he has Gretzky's vision.
I'm not saying he has Gretzky type vision, but that's a whole. Just the way you're saying how Bedard is going to be, it's kind of laughable at this point.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Because you haven't seen him actually play a single game of hockey. Maybe you watched him in the World Juniors. That's about it for you. That's honestly, would that be how much of Connor Bedard you've watched? I have to ask.
I'd say yeah. That'd probably be, other than the highlight reels. But then I don't pay attention to highlight reels because they only show the good stuff. They don't show the bad stuff.
I was watching I watched quite a bit of WHL hockey the last 2 years, knowing about Connor Bedard as a prospect, and the way he is on ice will surprise you.
Okay, maybe it will, but I look at him and I look at size. I look at, the skills competition had at the AHL All-Star game or the WHL All-Star, and his speed, he came in like 17th.
Still, that doesn't matter. Some players don't try in the speed competitions in the All-Star skills comp. That's not what matters. That's not an actual proof of the player's speed. Some players, when they go on to the speed competition, yes, they try harder than normal on their true speed on ice. That is not a necessary thing to look into from an all-star skills competition.
Ryan Green says Bennington will stop every shot from him. I hope so. Wayne Horder says, is Wayne one of your guys?
I don't know, Wayne, actually.
Bedard is actually very shifty. I'm just. Wayne says I watched him play against the world talent in the World Junior Tournament, and he was a man amongst boys.
Yeah.
For some reason, I didn't. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Bedard nearly set the World Junior record for most points in a single tournament. And that record was sitting since the right at the early 90s.
Right. Maybe. Hey, man, be nice. You know, Wendy's a friend of mine, guys. Wendy's a friend of mine. We don't, he doesn't sit there and go Blues suck. So don't. Come on, guys, be nice. Right. Ryan Green says he played high school dropouts. Wendy, not against men at the next level. Forsberg has the record.
Yeah, Forsberg has the record, but Bedard was on pace to breaking it until I don't know what happened, and it was the gold medal game that was the only game he didn't put up a goal or something in that tournament.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is. It's how I see things. I'm not saying I'm right, not saying I'm wrong. We'll find out at the end of the season. Right? We'll find out at the end of the season where he ranks. You know? He's not going to come save Chicago season. They're going to be, most people have him in last place.
Which is okay to say. Everyone's knows in Chicago, we're being realistic as fans by saying if Bedard has a 75-point season, 70-point season, we're okay with it. That's showing he's going to be good in the NHL.
What if he has a 40-point season, which I think he's going to have, if not less?
We're still going to be fine with it because of the talent around him. Hawk fans are not going to jump the gun and say he's a bust.
Okay.
If he has a 40-point season, we'll probably be a little bit worried for him because of the team around him, but we're going to be like, also, the team around him isn't the greatest team.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to stick by it.
Also, with the Hawks right now, all Hawk fans are on the point where the rebuild is where we understand what's going on with this team. It used to be us going after the Stanley Cup for each year. Right now, we are in a different point in seeing where this team is at, and we're like 3 years out from probably even competing for a playoff spot.
Wayne says he's not Alexander Daigle.
No, he's not Dig.
NHL level.
And Dig was a bust, and when you're a player like Alexander Dig, and when you're drafted, and say no one's going to remember who's taken second overall, well, Dig is a bust for just saying a comment like that. You know who went second overall in that draft?
I don't. It's someone who just got in the Hall of Fame.
No, it's someone that is retired number for your Blues.
Who?
Pronger.
Oh, Pronger, right?
Yeah. So Dig's an idiot for saying a comment like that. And right. Bedard is actually a humble person from everything he has said. Hell, he's even saying if I make the roster, let's be honest, he's going to make the Blackhawks roster.
Yeah, I don't see him not being on there. But.
Every time I see him say, if I make the roster, it makes Hawks fans, including me, laugh because we know he's going to make the roster. He's just being humble and actually not wanting to disrespect the veterans on the team.
I don't know. Something about him just rubs me in a way that I think, I don't know, I just got this feeling that chicken's going to come home to roost. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. We're gonna get to see where he stacks up this weekend.
Yeah.
He's going to get 2 games, one against Minnesota prospects and one against the Blues prospects.
By the way, it sounds like they won't be broadcasting the Hawks Blues prospect game.
They won't?
Yeah.
That's not what it was. That's not what they put on their website.
I looked earlier. It's not showing as one of their future streams this week.
It said everything was going to be. I mean, when I looked yesterday, they didn't have any future streams put up.
They have future streams put up. I did not see the Hawks Blues one.
Well, from what I understand, they're going to show all 3 of them. Ryan, right now, the Blues are not streaming it. Right? As of right now, the Blues are not streaming it. At least that's what I think.
By the way, did I ever show you this thing?
Hold on, I've got YouTube pulled up. Hold on a sec, Win. Actually, the Blues are showing it. And they're showing that they're streaming the. So the Blues are doing it. They originally said they weren't, but they are. So I'm wondering if the stream though is the Minnesota stream.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm thinking it's going to be. Right. Blues Blackhawks on Saturday at 1 p.m. my time, 6 p.m. your time, and Friday. So no, it is being shown on the Blues channel. So I was wrong. I apologize. It was said they weren't. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing the prospects out there. I'm looking forward to hockey starting, and then guys. It looks like guys are coming in for training camp. I guess training camps are starting Monday.
Yeah, players are allowed to report early and start practicing with the prospects for a little bit. Like today, apparently Nick Foligno was out on the ice with a bunch of the Hawks prospects.
Same
and
thing
some
with
of
the Blues.
And some of the other Hawks veterans were out there with the Hawks prospects for like 45 minutes before the actual practices.
Yeah. Wayne says, when I see him play, you'll change your tune right away. I don't think I will. Right? When I see him play, I'll tell you what for me, that last preseason game.
I don't expect him to play the last preseason game.
That's usually a tune-up. That's usually the whole roster. That's usually a tune-up. That's not your guys hoping to make it. That's your guys who are making it.
Not necessarily. Not like last year. Yeah, the Hawks had like Kane and Taves out there, but that was it. They didn't have all their main roster on the ice.
I think size and speed. He is not as fast as his speed is average at best. It's not above average. It's average at best. And when you don't have that kind of speed and you don't have that size, it usually shows me that those are the guys that don't. Why is Krug, why is Leddy, why is Walker, guys that are small, good in the NHL? Because they have speed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you have a guy that's in that same range. little bit taller, but in that same range. I'd say the average NHL player is 6 foot tall.
No.
Say again?
The average height in the NHL last year was 6'3.5".
6'3.5", and he's 5'10".
Yeah.
5 inches smaller than the average height.
There's small players that can succeed. Look at a player like Marty St. Louis. Look at Cole Caulfield. Look at Alex DeBrincat. Look at Patrick Kane. Small players can succeed in the NHL.
Okay, I'm not there. He seems quick. Kyrou is fast, but he gets pushed off the puck like a little kid consistently. I think he gets. I don't want to say Kyrou gets pushed off the puck. I think he overstick handles it. Right. That's where I think there.
Here's one play that will maybe make you see what Bedard can do as a small player and going up against two players at once. Just take a look at this.
Share it?
Yeah, I sent the link to you. I made this tweet back in May.
Did you send it as a message or?
Yeah, it's a message on Twitter.
Hold on. Who is he playing against in this?
The Saskatoon Blades.
So a WHL team.
Yes, this was a WHL playoff game. He's done this multiple times in his career.
Okay. Here it is. I haven't seen the play. We'll go watch it now.
Bedard pokes it to center, trying to split the defense. He does. He's all alone, Bedard.
Okay. Do you think two NHL defensemen are going to weakly go after him like that?
I could see plays where Bedard freezes defense.
Right? First of all, the second defenseman's looking away from the play. He's looking at the puck.
Second defenseman looks like he wants to get back there for the puck.
Right? Yeah, he's not even looking at Bedard.
The fact that, okay, you have to admit, the fact that Bedard decides to split through the defense is a skill set that not a lot of players will decide to do.
Hold on. I want to watch this again.
Bedard pokes it to center, trying to split the defense. He does. He's all alone, Bedard.
Okay, right there. The part of this that, okay, splitting the defense, I give it. But I don't see right there. Look right there at the back guy.
One
isn't
second.
There, and the front guy is on his weak side. He's got no chance. Do you think two NHL defensemen are going to allow that play to happen? All right, I think I lost Wendy. All right? That's what my point gets. Everyone sits there and looks at all of that, but at what point do you sit there and say, well, look who he's playing against? Right? That's where I'm at on there. And Mike, I apologize that you think the show blows. I really do, my friend. Where are we at, guys? Ryan Green says Kyrou gives up easily on defense. Yeah, I guess. I just don't see it. They might not want it to happen, but this kid is special. He just has the it factor. I don't see it, Wayne. I don't see it. No NHL defenseman won't allow that he would be on his ass. See, that's what I think. I look at that play and I see more mistakes on the defense than I do on the on Bedard's play, right? I see all the mistakes. First of all, the second defenseman's looking at the puck once he pushes it through. And then the first defenseman is on his weak side and he's trying to push at him. Yeah, he's going to get through that. Hell, I could get through that, and I broke my wrist playing hockey, falling down. Wayne, I just can't get on board, bud. I can't get on board. Right? I really cannot get on board. Right? He would have been cross-checked in there. So more than likely, yeah. Or he'd been hip-checked. They look like minor league younger defensemen. Oh, wait, they are not happening in the NHL. That's how I feel about it. Right? That's where I come from. I don't think that I think that he's got some of the stuff that he's done, he's not going to be able to do in the NHL. Right? I just don't think it. You cannot. And not only that, if you go back and look at that play, that wasn't his puck to begin with. Wasn't that kind of a selfish play, too? Right? I mean, you go back and look at that. Excuse me, let me put it back in here. Go back and look at the beginning of the play. All the way to the beginning. Right? This is this guy's puck. Not Bedard's. It's this guy's puck. Bedard. All right, he's going for the Bedard takes the puck basically away from him. See, here's the thing. This is what Bedard does, and I give credit for this. I'll admit this. Right? By pushing the puck, if he gets hit, immediately hit, or if they take a while to hit him, it's interference. Right? So what should have happened is this guy here, the first guy, should have turned around and gone after the puck. Same thing like this. The second guy, he's trying to go after the puck. If the first guy turns around and gets ahead of the puck, Bedard doesn't get through him. Because you can't really hit him because then it's interference. I think that's the play that an NHL defenseman, he turns around. That's how I feel about it. Right? I don't know if that was as much speed as you think. Right? It's where it's at. What my opinion is, and that you're entitled to that opinion. I just hope once he starts making plays, you can come forward and say you were wrong. And I hope when he doesn't make plays, you can come forward and say you were wrong. I hope when he gets pounded and knocked into next week because he's not big enough, right? That you'll admit that. Right? It created confusion for the D-men, but that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Right? That's why I love guy. Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Oh, slow show tonight. We will be on Friday for the prospect tournament. I was going to show it, but I'm guessing now I can't show it. But I will be on during it and give you my impressions of what I'm seeing. I will have it in my ears so I can hear what's going on, and I have it on the screen for me to watch. I'm really looking forward to it, more or less. I want to see what the Blues bring forward. Now the Chicago's got like 5 guys in this round in this year's draft going to the tournament. The Blues have nobody from this year's draft going to the tournament. So, that tells me something, right? I'm just not sold on Bedard, and we'll leave it at that. I think I think you're going to see that happen. I think you're going to see that happen. I really do. I think you're going to see you're not going to see defensemen let him get through like that. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to do the same thing I did last year where I did the reaction show, not really play-by-play because I'm not good enough at play-by-play, but react to what I see as it's going on. You got to remember, see, the one problem with that is you guys are all on about a 15-second delay. Everything okay, Win?
Yeah, had to do something real quick.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I didn't hear you bounce out because I didn't have it on, so I didn't know what happened. So, Right? I was looking back at that play. Isn't that a little? Don't you see that as kind of a selfish play? That wasn't his puck.
No, it was a smart play because the player tips it up the ice. If you look carefully, he does pass the puck up a little bit to get it to Bedard's stick. It goes onto Bedard's stick, then Bedard tipped it down the ice.
Yeah, I didn't see
that was not a selfish play in any way.
Right. I just don't think in the NHL he's going to be able to do that play. First of all, in the NHL, the defensemen know right away, once they put that puck forward like that, you can't hit the guy. So you can't impede him because that's interference. So the defenseman is going to turn around and chase after the puck.
It's a smart play.
But here, so to me, you say smart play by Bedard. I say dumb play by the defenseman. Neither one of those defenders turns around and goes for the puck like they will in the NHL. In the NHL, he's not going to get to that puck. The second he puts it ahead of him like that, the guy's turning around.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's turning around and chasing after the puck, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to try and squeeze him in like they did in that play. That's not going to happen. Do you agree with me on that?
I see where you're coming from, but it's still a smart play by Connor Bedard. You have to admit that.
Okay. Yes. However, it's really dumb play by the defense. If the defenseman, the forward defenseman, the closer defenseman in the screen, just turns, that play doesn't happen.
Here's another play from Bedard.
Right? Am I right or wrong? If that defenseman in front of him, once he puts that puck past him, just turns and goes after the puck. Because those guys are good enough that they can turn, do a 180 while still moving backward and forward at the same time. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're skating backward and then you just, all of a sudden, you're skating forward. Right? They can do that. If he does that, play gone. Bedard never gets to the puck. In the NHL, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from on that also, but here's another play I sent you a link to.
Okay, let me go see if I can find it. Hold on. Okay, here's the play that Wendy sent me. All right, here we go. And And here's the play.
Bedard actually turns it over, but stays in position and then gets it back and then rips it top shelf. What a goal. That is his.
So what Bedard does here, he gets the puck in the O zone, he takes a hit, loses possession of it,
Bedard actually turns
and
it over.
his teammate skates in when the puck is loose, gets it right to Bedard on his stick, and he gets it back off on a quick shot.
Okay. Do you what now? How would that play out in the NHL?
It could that type of play happens in the NHL often because a player in the offensive zone getting a hit, losing possession, his own teammate goes for the loose puck with the defender having the puck in his possession, gets it, and sets up a play to lead to a goal. That does happen in the NHL often.
It does, but what does it happen more often than not? Or does something else happen more often in this situation?
It's a play that you'll see more often than a play like the splitting of the defense.
No, what you're going to see here, number 7, right? Number 7 should have been ready for a pass. The guy that's got the puck should have tapped that pass to him so he goes around and this guy is nullified.
Mm-hmm.
That's what should have happened. And in the NHL, that's more than likely what's going to happen. And then Bedard's going to be caught flat-footed as the puck is going around the back of the net. Do you see what I'm saying there?
I see where you're coming from. But
right? I see these plays, and I see bad play by somebody else, not just the good play. If it was good defense, that play doesn't happen. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay, how about this World Junior play?
Okay. This is fair. I mean, it's not a great show tonight, but we're having fun, right?
Here's a World Junior play.
Okay, same spot?
Yeah.
Let me pull that down so I can go look at it without everybody seeing what you're sending me. Okay, so let me bring him back here. Okay, here we go. Here's the play. Wendy ran away.
Sorry,
Wendy
my
ran away.
computer is about dead.
Here we go.
Piece of that. Here's Bedard back with it. Bedard. Dancing with the
Is this a power play?
No, this is 5-on-5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let me go back. So, I mean, the whole play isn't being shown here, so I don't know if they dumped and chased it or the guy just took it around the thing. But look right here. That play right there, 4 defenders. Is that going to happen in the NHL more often than not?
Players do target the best player on the ice, and that's where they're looking towards. They're looking to set up for a look at where the puck is at.
Is that Bedard with the puck?
No, that's not Bedard with the puck.
Okay.
They're looking for the opposition to lose control. This is when, if I remember correctly, this is from the World Juniors 2 years ago, not last World Juniors.
No, it was last year.
Was this?
22.
Okay.
2022. So, yeah, okay. The last World Juniors, that would have been, well, the one that they had in December of 22 ended up getting postponed because of COVID, right?
No.
Then 22 was the last one. This was the last one,
Okay.
right?
Because I thought the white jerseys for Canada were.
They're playing Slovak, and right away, I see this right here. That is a huge problem.
I will say this. This came right off a face-off setup.
Okay, well, right there, that's a huge problem because all the Slovaks did was chase the puck. If you're going to chase the puck, you're going to allow.
Just look at how they set up when Bedard gets the puck.
Here's Bedard back with it. Bedard.
Is that Bedard with the puck?
Yes, Bedard is with the puck.
Okay. So he faked out a guy.
Yes.
At the top. Flips it back across. What a pass to McTavish. Back for Bedard. In tight scores.
Okay. Good play by, smart, good play by Bedard. But go back to this point right here. And if this is done correctly, that play never happens.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, and this guy should be here, here, and here. Right?
Yeah.
This guy here, can you see where my mouse is?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, should be here. This guy here should have been here. And this guy here, well, actually, maybe this guy here should have been there and this guy here should have been on the puck. But if that's what happens, the rest of the play doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting at. In the NHL, what I'm talking about is going to happen more often than this play.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make some sense?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but I'm just saying, if you're looking at what happens when Bedard does get possession of the play,
Yeah.
the play does come towards him, and he's setting it up to lead for some success.
In juniors, they're going to do that. In the AHL, in the World Juniors, in WHL, in college, they're going to do that. In the NHL, do you see them have 4 guys on McDavid after a faceoff?
Sometimes there has been times where McDavid's been covered by 4 guys.
I see. We're going to see. We're going to get our first look on Saturday. Right?
And I will be wearing my Connor Bedard jersey ready to go.
I don't know if I'll be wearing a jersey. It's 90 degrees here, but
for here, it's not that bad. I'm back in hoodie weather.
See, I'm kind of like this. What would Trouba do in that situation? Good night, Connor. See you next year. I get what you're saying. You're seeing these plays from his perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Great. But what's being missed is, to me, what was done wrong to allow that to happen. And when you think of the NHL, I mean, in the level he was playing in, those mistakes were made more often than they were not made.
Mm-hmm.
In the NHL, that's reversed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. In the NHL, the chances of those 2 defensemen staying on him and not turning around and going after the puck are 1%.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The chances of in that other play that you showed where he's down in the corner, where he loses the puck down in the corner, where the defense or the team that was on defense that had the puck are they made more mistakes than because you do that play the way that normally happens in the NHL, that puck is going the other direction. It never gets back to Bedard. Right? That's what I'm trying to get at. The plays that you're seeing now, there are huge mistakes that were made that will not be made in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. That's where I question how good Bedard is. If he would have made those plays when the guys did the right things, great. Oh man, I'd be all over him. But I see the mistakes more than I see what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see if the guy does his job, it never happens. That's the difference.
Okay. I just want you to watch carefully on Connor Bedard when he's on the ice. When he hits the ice, I want to see what you see from him.
Okay. How many minutes do you think he gets?
in a prospect tournament, the Hawks have been known to not play their top prospects all too much in them. 10 minutes.
I bet he gets 15. I bet he gets 15. Right?
We'll see. I don't know how many minutes Bedard's going to get, but I will say this. Usually the top prospects on their teams tend to not get a lot of the playing time in those tournaments.
I can't see them just letting him sit on the bench.
I see the Hawks playing.
I see him being on the front line and not playing fourth line minutes.
Usually, and how I've noticed what the Hawks have done in the last couple of years in this tournament, they play their top prospect first on the first line, but they don't play them too much in the tournament, just because they are trying to see more from what they see in their other prospects.
Okay, I mean, I want to say I'm still kind of stuck on this Bedard thing. Guys, I get it. I get the whole world thinks that he's the next best thing since Gretzky. He's the new Gretzky, and he's been compared to Sidney Crosby. Great. Get it. He's got some minors. He's got some things.
I would just say this thing's ready to go for the season. Minus right now, it doesn't have the Rocky Warts patch. It's getting the Rocky Warts patch when those things go on sale.
Yeah. For me, I see, you look at this, Wayne goes, there's plenty of plays, that players are doing the right thing and the same thing have happened. Not more often than not. That's the difference. In his level, the mistakes happen more often than not. In the NHL, they won't. That's the difference. That's the difference. And that's what that's what I see. I see. I wish that this is why I say this is going back to that discussion we had yesterday with college and the draft. This is why I wish the draft was 2 years later. I wish that they had to be 20 going into the draft. Wait 2 years after high school. Right? And you wait that 2 years. God, man, it would be so beneficial to teams to not have to draft guys until they were 20.
I don't think so. I think teams prefer it to have the younger go for 18-year-olds or 17-year-olds in Bedard's case when he was drafted. The reason why, they can have the ability to develop the player they want to over the years.
Isn't that what juniors are for? Isn't that what college hockey is for?
But they get an opportunity to, let's just say this as an example. Bedard was back in Regina next year, but he's a Blackhawk prospect. It's an example. The Hawks are able to send coaches over to Regina over time to talk with the player to help them see what they are needing to do and improve upon. That actually has happened in the past. Adam Boqvist, when he was drafted by the Hawks, he ended up going to the London Knights for a season after a season in Europe. He went to the London Knights and played there after getting drafted, basically. And the Hawks sent Brian Campbell up to London, Ontario, almost every other month or every month to help show video, help show ways to improve the game. The teams get an opportunity to go see their young players in person and help them see what they need to do to improve upon their game. If they had to wait until 20 years old, that's not going to help.
It's going to increase the level of coaching and coaching in the juniors in the college league, in college. It's going. I'm sorry. When you're drafting a guy, you look at the number of guys that are bust in the NHL in the first and second round. It's much higher than it is in the NBA or the NFL.
Well, if you look at the NBA, they only have 2 rounds in a draft.
I get it, but they also have to wait an extra year to come in. They're the one and dones don't happen as much as they used to before. Guys are playing 2 to 3 years in college now before they jump to the NBA. The 2 rounds of the draft has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but I don't think we'll ever see a change in the age limit on the draft to be drafted into the league, because when they before the WHA came into effect, that's when they dropped the draft eligibility age to 18, if I remember correctly. And they've kept it there ever since.
Wasn't it 18 before that? Wasn't it always 18?
No.
All right. Zachary says Bedard is going to be like McGregor is for the UFC, super popular, draw a crowd, bringing a lot of new fans to the NHL. I'm pumped to see what he can really do in the atmosphere and competition with face. Pumped. Okay, fair enough. I get that. But the can't miss prospects, Crosby, Ovi, Lemieux types make it more than busting out per se. Really? What about Yakupov? Can't miss prospect.
No, not every team.
Or Eric Johnson.
Eric Johnson wasn't viewed upon like he was in that year. It looked like St. Louis wanted to go defense no matter what that year in the draft. Nail Yakupov, yeah, people thought he was going to be great, and that was just a few fans. It wasn't a lot of teams who was going to draft him. He was on do not draft lists by teams.
Tyler Hall?
Taylor Hall was good.
I mean, but wasn't he listed as like a can't miss prospect?
No.
He's been on 4 different teams.
Taylor Hall, that year in that draft, it was the Taylor and Tyler draft. Which one would go first between Taylor Hall or Tyler Seguin? And Taylor Hall's actually been a good player. He's won a Hart Trophy. He has been a good player in the NHL. In the last couple of years, maybe not, but he still puts up good points.
What about it's Kakko and Lafayette for the Rangers?
Lafreniere, it's because the New York Rangers don't know how to develop forward prospects. Kakko is the same thing, but he was a second overall pick. They don't develop well on the forward prospects in New York.
I'm just not sold, and we'll leave it at that, man. Good show today. Well, decent show today, I'd say. We had fun. We're an hour in. I'm gonna end this one at an hour. Name the best prospect playing hockey to date in the past 5 years.
Best prospect playing hockey to date in the last 5 years? Jack Hughes.
Yeah, I kind of...
Because Matthews is not in that list anymore.
Yeah, both Matthew and Brady are off that list.
I would say it's probably Jack Hughes or
Quinn Hughes.
no.
Right.
Right now, I would say it's Jack Hughes, but or Matty Berniers.
I could see that. Yeah. Everyone talked about Newhook, and Newhook got let go of by Colorado. So before we go, let me say a big thank you to Patty Parks. Hey, Patty. Michael Edwards, E. Guido, John Penner, Erickson Krieger, Craig Moz, Kyle Mead, John Hefner, and Jason Nichols. You put the thumbs in the air, gave me some love. I appreciate it. Have a great one. Ryan Green just popped his name in there. Thank you so much. Guys, have a great one. See you tomorrow. Get ready for Friday. Friday's hockey. We'll be on at 7 o'clock. I got to make some change. Newhook is liable to prosper under St. Louis. Yeah, I could see that. Possible.
He's the type of player that can work under St. Louis' system.
Yeah. You know what, Shaggy? We can do that question tomorrow. You can come on and join me, buddy. We can come on tomorrow and join me. Right? Actually, today we were supposed to do the Metropolitan Division, and I forgot.
It went to a complete Bedard disgusting act.
Right? So we'll have to do this division. We'll have to do the East tomorrow. Okay, guys, have a great night. This is Guy, the Y Blues fan, for Windy from Windy City Hockey, saying aloha mahalo. And boys, what do we always say?
Who are you, Blues fan? We're bleeding blue with you.
Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!